Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. So today, it wasn't really a plan to live stream, but I think it will be kind of fun to just try to do one every single day, even if they're going to be short. But regardless, so we're going to start immediately. I've already done all of the announcements and stuff that we need to do for the time being. But I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Well, I'll hop on, especially since we haven't really, even though we've done so many live streams of this already, like in live stream on TikTok. I love to see it. Nick Sims, thank you so much for joining today. I hope you're having a great day so far. We've done so much to this build in the past few days, about like 5 or 6 days now, and I'm really happy with it. Obviously, the exterior needs a bit more work here and there, but I don't want to do any of that with you guys because we did so much already. So we're going to move on into the interior. If you guys didn't join yesterday, we basically did the entire floor plan and design and stuff like that, and I really love the way it's turning out to be. So I'm just giving you guys a quick rundown of what everything kind of looks like, and then we're going to move on into actually furnishing this build, which I think I'm like really excited to do this because it's going to be quite a challenge, but I think we have a very good like solid floor plan to work off of, and I hope you guys will enjoy the time just like chilling out and building it with me. So we're immediately going to start off with this area. So the second you enter the entire home, you can go on the left hand side of the wing and you're immediately greeted with this very big space, and I thought it would kind of make sense to just make some type of very grand like kitchen area over here, solely because like it's kind of like the heart of the home, you know. It's really close and connected to the backyard area, and yeah, I just feel like it's very convenient to just have it over here. And this will be a very grand dining table area, which I think is going to be really fun as well to play around with that. So enough waffling, let's immediately get on to just adding all the details to this interior of the build. We're immediately going to start off with adding these paneled walls all over the place, because even though they're not going to be used absolutely everywhere, I still kind of want to use it as like a base plate, if that makes sense. So it's kind of just like a bit of a it's a bit more of like a, you know, like before you add anything extra to it, it's just kind of like there, you know. This time your life found me. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, man. Glad to see you here. Probably because you joined in yesterday, so decided to show it to you again. You might be interested again. So we're immediately going to start off, and I think what is going to be kind of interesting over here would probably be either these base game marble ones, or we can also use these ones from Life and Death. Yeah, Life and Death. I was going to say something else completely different, but yeah, these are definitely what we're going to be going for. We could definitely go for a black and gold. That could be kind of interesting, but I do want to make it feel a little bit brighter. But these are very basic for me. Like I think this one's going to work a little bit nicer for this build. Maybe we can play around a bit with a bit of color if you guys want me to in particular, but I think we should probably either stick with this white and gold or go for the black and gold for the main kitchen area. I don't know, the main living spaces within my homes, I try not to make them too vibrant, like with different colors. I just feel like it looks a little bit better if we simplify it a little bit in those areas. So let's start off with this one, and if we don't like it, we'll definitely go ahead and change it. And we definitely want to incorporate a few built-in areas as well along this build. So let me go ahead and find the matching cabinet, and we're gonna just select the tallest one. It's still going to look very short though, because we are using the tallest wall height for the first floor, but I think it's completely fine. So we're just gonna place a few like that, and literally just gonna try to create like a little built-in area over here as well, because we want to kind of embed the fridge area within the cabinets, just so it kind of feels a little bit more built-in, a bit more of a premium look, you know. And I mean, we need to do this, but at the same time we also need to add a few cabinets. See, like sometimes this does look like a little bit too much, but can't really do much about it, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to stick with this type of design for the time being. It is looking a little bit dark right now, which is completely okay. We'll definitely go back and change it. I just want to add as many of the objects as possible for now. So let's go down to the fridges. We're 100% going to use this one. I mean, wait, hold on. I think there's a matching. There we go. Never mind. We're going to be using the matching one instead of just implementing so many different packs for no reason. So we're going to go for this one instead. And we're also going to connect these up very nicely in the corner. There we go. And we definitely need a very grand island counter source situation. And in our previous live stream, when we created that really sort of like secluded forest mansion, we used the island living island counters, and I think I'm going to do the same for this build, solely because I just really love that waterfall effect that it kind of gives off. And I feel like it definitely is a pack that a lot more people probably have, so I feel less guilty using it, because I know people are going to be able to use the build without things going missing. So we're just going to place this all over here. You know what, we can even go for like a double island counter sort of situation, but I don't think we should waste that much space, you know, so we'll keep it limited for the time being. Let's go into this area. Let's check out the sinks. I kind of wanted to place one like right in the middle of the window. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. So what we could do though, this might not really make a lot of sense, but I feel like it will kind of look cool if we add stoves like in the middle compartments. That could look kind of interesting. Potentially something like this. Low-key, that green color isn't too bad. Maybe we can match it with the green source, but I don't want to make like a really huge green kitchen, you know. The gold on the countertop as well is low-key unique as well. We could do something like that, but the pattern is a bit repetitive, so maybe not. Let's go back on that actually. Let's go back to the plain black. We could also try a different, like maybe like a dark brown for the wood. This is also another option, to be fair. This light grey is actually pretty decent as well. Let's actually try with this one. I don't think I've ever used this before. It's a pretty good color. And for this middle bit, I'm thinking of replacing it with these two cabinets, just so you don't really get that like the white bits in between. And obviously we need to change the color of it. But honestly, I think that kind of looks a little bit interesting, to be honest, like with the grey. I don't think I've ever used the grey before, so we're definitely going to go for that. Has a blue countertop as well, so it adds a bit of color to this build somehow. And you know, we'll keep the appliances black just so they kind of stand out a little bit more. Let's see. Spice rack, definitely need one of those. Maybe we can add a few utensils as well along the walls. Ideally, I kind of tried to place it above where we have this oven and stove unit area, but can't obviously do that in this situation, so we're just going to add it over here instead. I don't know if this blue is good. Like, I don't know. There's just something about it. Maybe we can go back to the black, but keep these cabinets the grey. Could do a bit of that as well. Solely because I just feel like the blue is a bit too much. We're not going to be going for like a very strong blue theme within the actual kitchen area, so it might make a little more sense to just not go for it. Nah, it looked way better when we had the wider island counter, so we're going to stick with the wider ones instead for sure. And we're definitely going to have to incorporate some sort of little coffee nook station, maybe off to like this side. Could be kind of interesting. Trying to use up as much of the space as possible. definitely gonna combine it with either this shelving unit piece or this one as well. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Maybe we can place a few of these. Could look kind of interesting. Yeah, these ones are kind of decent to be fair. So we're gonna go for these in the corner. And I don't know, like maybe we can have some sort of built-in area over here. But I don't want to close it off too much as well. So definitely need to be careful of that as well. So let's place one of these and then place another one of these right next to it. And we're gonna add a few of these cabinets once again above it. It's not on the same height though, which is gonna be annoying. So let's raise it up. It looks too tall now though, so we're gonna have to place a few of these beneath it. There we go, something like that. I think that's pretty cool actually. Just like a bit of a uniqueness to it. Doesn't look like a regular kitchen cabinet design, you know? So yeah, that looks actually pretty decent. I'm kind of happy with that. And then we're going to add a few plates along the shelving unit areas. Obviously changing the color of them just so they don't look very repetitive throughout the entire build. And there's one little plant in particular that I like using. It's called like Fill something. Yeah, this one is very nice. So just like placing in areas like this where it has like shelving units. And we definitely also need to change the flooring and the wallpaper as well, just to make it match a little bit more. You know what? Could actually be kind of cool to have a pure white island counter as well, just to make it like contrast a little bit nicer from the counters. That is also another option as well. I just didn't want to go for a white counter because we have so much white going on already. So let's go into the wallpapers immediately and just change it up a little bit. Let's see. I do like this one from Spa Day, but I'm not going to be using that. I think I used this in my previous build, so I don't think that we could use it again, but I do really love this combination. Like it's kind of dark on dark. Looks pretty cool. But it is kind of like the main kitchen as well, so I kind of want to mute down the design a little bit. Luciana, hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. Greetings from Brazil. Love to see it. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. Just gonna add a few more of these shelving unit pieces over here. I think maybe not making it connect could look a little bit better. Maybe we can add another one of these plants on this side. Could be kind of cool. Sake of consistency, but then again, it does look a little bit repetitive when we do that. Even adding this exact shelf makes it feel relatively repetitive. So what if we do a bit of this instead? So we just add those and then change that into this. There we go. So it kind of feels like a little bit more of a complete kitchen. And then for this top area, we can potentially try to just use this. I know it does clip within the window, but from the outside you can't really tell. It's only like the top part of the window, which I think is kind of decent. That's honestly not too bad. These are exactly the same shade, but it still looks a little bit weird here. I don't know why, but gonna have to stick with it. But yeah, what do you guys think about the white island counter? It does look a little bit too bright. Like it is very bright in comparison to the rest of the kitchen, but I think it's okay. If you guys have any other suggestions, definitely let me know. We did have it completely black initially, but we're like, let's change it up a little bit, you know. Let's also add a few functional pieces and stuff, amenities and whatnot within this room. Definitely need to add like one of these microwaves. I definitely wouldn't advise microwaves in real life, but you know, for The Sims it's kind of okay, I guess. And then let's see, we can definitely add a few of these. I believe if we had like a yeah, we obviously can't add it in there, so we're gonna have to do it potentially maybe like around here. Could be kind of convenient. So yo, hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining today. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I love all the builds. I love all your builds. I know my Sims hate I moved them into a new house every mansion you build into. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Yeah, it must be dreadful, especially with the costs and stuff, but it is what it is, you know. Could definitely just pick one in particular and like always work on it, you know. Could be kind of fun. But I really appreciate the constant usage of the build. I love to hear that. And maybe in these like random corner bits, we can add a few columns and stuff as well. So this one is a bit thick when it comes to the interior, and it kind of bleeds into the plates and stuff. So we're gonna change it to this column in particular. I think this one could be kind of, I mean, it still kind of bleeds in, so we're gonna move it over real quick. There we go. So something like that, I think, looks kind of decent. I did actually want one over here, just for the sake of it being a bit more sparse, like along the shelving unit. But yeah, these cabinets and counters, I don't know, they're a bit too like harsh. It's like very contrasting, so we might need to change it up a bit here and there. If you guys have any suggestions, definitely let me know. I'd love to consider them. And in these corner bits, maybe we can try to incorporate a different color into it. Like not color, but just a bit of contrast. We can also do a few of these plastered bits. Try to pick one of your builds and it's like more amazing than the last. I'm glad to hear that. At least they're always improving, you know? I've been waiting for this one since the first stream. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Hopefully it should be out by tomorrow. So I'm going to try to do a few of the furnishings today, and then do a little bit off camera as well, and then hopefully get done by tomorrow. Might be a bit of a late post, but you know, it'll be worth it hopefully, and you guys will be able to enjoy it. But I'm really happy with the overall progress of it, so I'm glad to hear that. Nehikaya, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I think it will definitely be worth the wait. If you have any suggestions on what we can incorporate into this build, definitely let me know, and I'll try to add anything that you might want to see within it, you know? Could be a nice little contribution to the build in particular. But I really like this dark theme, right? But I don't know, there's just something about that. I always do this because we don't have a lot of unique different color swatches. Like if we had a different option, I definitely would have went for it. But a lot of these options don't really work for us, unfortunately. I would have wanted the grey cabinets, but not with the blue countertop, you know? So it's a bit tricky. A black on black low-key looks kind of good with the wallpaper change and stuff. That's honestly not too bad. It is very dark though, like for the kitchen area. I tried to make them a little bit more open and airy. We can also go for like a bit of a tile effect as well. That can also look kind of decent. Maybe a brown as well could look kind of cool. Honestly, the brown isn't too bad. Could also try a bit of a grey. It is looking a bit dark though, like. Let's see. Goddess, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. We thankfully finished the floor plan. If you want to take a look, I'll zoom out real quick. This is how the first floor is looking so far. So it's all right. I mean, it needs a bit of working here and there. I'll just like adjust it as we go with like all the rooms, but I'm kind of happy with the way it is so far. Here's the second floor. This kind of reminds me of one of the previous videos that we did, but I just really love the way it looked, so I had to do it again. I don't know if we're going to be keeping this fake balcony around here, but yeah, this is how the floor plan is looking. It's going to be the primary bedroom suite over here. Another big bedroom over here. We couldn't do something else in there as well because it is a bit of a big room. And we have this really big spacious room over here as well with a lot of balconies and stuff. So this is probably going to be like an entertainer type of space. We don't know what we're going to do with this space yet. But once the time comes to like furnishing it, we'll definitely figure it out. But yeah, we have a few other rooms here and there as well, like nursery and toddler rooms around here. That's pretty much it, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely do really love the way it kind of just like separates into like a left wing, right wing sort of situation. Oh, you know what? Low key, if we go for a cabinet like this, right? And then we add something in the middle of the island counters just so it doesn't look like this brown swatch, could be kind of interesting. Let me give that a go real quick. So if we do something like this, right? And then we get the pedestal. Not even just the pedestal, to be honest. We can also use something else and kind of just place it beneath it so it covers that color. Could look kind of interesting if it was like full on plain, if you didn't see any cabinets inside. We can also go for, let's see, I think there was like, there we go, this one in particular. I think this one is also another good option. To be honest, this one low-key works perfectly, so we might just go for this. Like it's already the perfect size and stuff. So let's just cover it up. I mean, they're not even functional anyway, so no need to really worry about it. There we go. I think that looks way better than the way it looked before. And I think the off-white sort of greyish colour for the cabinet looks a lot more interesting. So just going to do the same on this side as well. Poker Phase, you finally caught me today. It's going well, thank you. How is it going for you? Thank you so much for joining today on a Saturday. I mean, on a Sunday, sorry. We're just continuing with the build for the time being. It's probably going to be the last stream for this build in particular. So we're just doing a bit of the furnishings and stuff. But I think it's going well. I'm kind of happy with the build. The only thing that's kind of worrying me is like there's a few big spaces within the floor plan that kind of need to iron out a bit. But that's pretty much it. Besides that, it is going pretty nicely, to be honest. Right now we're just trying to figure out what kind of design we want to go for the main kitchen area. Low-key that the island counter slab that's kind of like in a grey color, it's kind of convincing me to go with like a white and gold color swatch, because I feel like it low-key might look a little bit more interesting. Maybe keep the black appliances but just change the countertops themselves. That honestly doesn't look too bad, but if we do end up doing this, we do have to end up kind of changing these colors as well, just so it doesn't, you know, clash. What do you guys think about the kitchen area, by the way? Would you guys prefer something that's like brighter in color or dark? Because I'm kind of conflicted between the two. And we can also change the wallpapers and flooring as well. It's not permanent or anything. I don't know, like I'm kind of conflicted. I don't mind doing either or, to be honest. But I'll just continue adding some of the other extra stuff and then we'll kind of go back to it. So obviously we're definitely going to be using this bin in particular because you guys already know why. It's just a really good event item, to be honest. And it also generates money, so I feel like within a build like this you definitely probably need it. So we're just going to add it in a dark color just so it contrasts off of the island counters. You love the foyer? I'm really glad to hear that, Goddess. I really love the way it looks, to be honest, as well. Oh, it looks really good. Got back an hour ago now, chilling with hot chocolate. Oh, love to see that. Love to hear that poker face. Must be very nice. But the hot chocolate, though, is it not hot for you? It's literally burning for us in the UK. Well, at least to me, it feels very hot. So, I don't know. Maybe you're in Australia. Who knows? You're a dark color person. I always prefer dark. Fair enough. We can definitely go back to that if you guys all kind of like decide on the darker color. I do really love the darker colors as well, but I don't know. I don't really mind it. Like, it's a very quick, easy, simple fix, you know? The thing is though, I've done this dark color so many times in my previous builds, so I'm just like, oh, people are just gonna be like, it's the same generic kitchen. So I just tried to change it up a bit, but could go dark on dark with the walls as well. I don't want to spend too much time doing it, but I'm also kind of wanting the edges of the windows all to kind of match or blend in. Could just stick to the white paneling for now, and then if we change our mind we can definitely do something else. But we're also adding a few of these stone plastered bits and stuff in certain areas which I think look kind of cool. And oh, we've noticed a little issue. Let's just lower this down real quick. There we go, that should be good. I know you can still kind of see it here, but you know, can't really do much about it, unfortunately. So in case you guys are wondering and you guys joined late, we are kind of faking the bottom bit around here, just so we can get the grey countertop for the island bits. It's burning here too, but hot chocolate is acceptable, honestly. Because it is hot chocolate, I understand for sure. Speaking of chocolate, I don't know if you guys can hear the ice cream van, which is so loud. In the UK, they always go around like the same neighborhoods and stuff almost every single day. They see like the song come on, immediately they're out trying to make money. But yeah, we should definitely add. Everyone out here is just trying to hustle. But yeah, I think we should definitely pick some appropriate looking bar stools. We could go for this. Kind of works very nicely for this build. Kind of centered it as well very nicely as well. And for the main lighting fixtures as well, we'll also get into adding some clutter as well, don't you guys worry. But for the time being, we're just trying to get the general design layout done correctly. Oh, it's so loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but to me it feels like you guys are gonna go deaf hearing that just from me. But yeah, we can either go for something like this. I think that looks very interesting, or we can also try to introduce a few of these base game ones. I really love these ones. Actually, I use this quite a bit throughout my build. Maybe like using a few in between could be kind of interesting. I'm just trying to introduce a new type of design, you know, rather than doing like plain basic designs all over the place. But yeah, I would love to know your guys' inputs. That's actually pretty decent, to be fair. You love the ice cream van? Long ago? What happened? Do they not do it anymore? That must, you know, even though I don't run out to gate, it still feels kind of lively, and like knowing, you know, it's kind of a fun interactive thing for like especially children and like parents and whatnot. It's great, but like it's just so loud, you know. Yeah, let's add a few clutter pieces. Obviously, look, every single time I open the foliage compartment, I always see this, which is one of the craftable objects that you can make with businesses and hobbies, and I keep always wanting to use it because I just like the way it looks. So we're just gonna add a few pieces here and there onto the cabinets themselves, and then wherever we don't like, we'll just end up changing it. But for the time being, I'm just gonna place it all out just so we have kind of like a big selection of assets to use from. So if I search up tray real quick, we're going to get a few extra additional objects. I really love also using this as well from, I believe this is from the book nook kit if I'm not mistaken. Definitely one of, probably the best clutter item in the entire game, dare I say. It's just so good. So we're just going to add that there. And a lot of people, including myself, we always add the plants and stuff like right in the center. I normally don't do this anymore because it feels very generic, but because of the placement of the pendant lights that we have at the moment, I feel like it kind of looks interesting. So we're going to do that. And we should definitely probably move this over here just so it's not in the way of everything. And we can add another one of these trays right here, why not? And we can actually move this real quick and potentially try to add this. Oh my god. See, look, now we have like twice the issue with those cabinet things, the placeholder things. So we're just going to move that real quick and add a few more of these. Let me actually move this one out as well because, oh wait, should I not? Because we used a tool mod on that and I really don't want to do that again, so we're just going to leave that as it is. I'm going to search for the towel real quick. I'm going to place this towel in particular. It's probably as close as we can to the sink area. I feel like it just adds a bit of realism, to be honest. I'm just going to place these back. Let's move it over so it doesn't go into the sink area. That kind of looks a bit busy right now though, doesn't it? Maybe just get rid of that. And this plant. It's a bit too busy. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better just like without it. So let's actually make it a black vase. I think that looks very nice like that. We can also, oh, we can't change the color of that. I thought we could. I thought it had like a black design for it, but I guess not. Let's add a few of these extra bits here and there as well. I feel like it will definitely fall there in real life, so let's just put it in this little corner over here. And we could definitely get this plant as well and just place it right next to it. I think these two just go very well hand in hand together. The lights look good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Pokerface. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I like the way the lights are looking so far. Oh, they do come in a black as well. But I think the white kind of makes it look a little bit more like a light, you know? So we're going to keep that as it is. And if you guys have any other suggestions for what kind of clutter pieces to use, definitely let me know and I'll consider adding them because it is looking a little bit lackluster. I do usually normally add my my cookbooks as well. So let's try to add those as well real quick. And let's add like a page that kind of looks interesting, like they're kind of actually cooking it, you know. I like these two, but like they're not, you know, this reminds me of like a schoolwork or like homework, you know. So I don't use that page. I kind of just go to these two in particular. That kind of makes it look like food and stuff. So just placing that over there. You think you do looks good. That is so kind, Pokerface. Thank you so much. I mean, with the amount of experience I have with these objects, I better be able to come up with something good, you know. But I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for that kind comment. How about white appliances? What do we think of that? That's actually not too bad, is it? If we don't like that, I'll definitely change it. But honestly, that does low-key kind of look pretty decent, especially with the gold framing around it and stuff for the hardware. It is a bit weird that we don't have the gold hardware on this, doesn't it? So maybe just change these up real quick. I didn't want it to stand out too much. That's the main reason why I didn't want to bother with it, but it does look a bit out of place, like it's like the wrong set, you know. I'm really loving the way this kitchen is looking so far. I'm thinking of maybe potentially changing the flooring. we do have a bit of this marble going on. I just don't want it to look so like super busy. So I mean, it's decent. What if we have like a I was thinking of maybe like a forest greeny type of marble. Could look kind of interesting. This is okay, but it's just not... Does this work? What do you guys think about that? It's not bad, is it? And I'm also noticing how we have the island counters a little bit far away from the main kitchen cabinets, but I think it still looks kind of decent nonetheless, so we're gonna keep it. No, you know what? I'm actually honestly liking this, the marble flooring. It looks a bit of like a mess, but it also kind of works, kind of. We can also add the, what is it? The fencing. Let's add a bit of this just to close it off. But if any of you guys want to let me know and you guys don't agree with this flooring, we can definitely change it up, like it's not permanent. But I feel like for a grand build like this, that definitely does look very interesting for sure. So let's get a bit of this going on as well. Maybe around the edges. Yesterday I was like, we're not doing it around the edges. But there we go, the ice cream truck is still going. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's kind of funny at this point. I mean, if we're going to do the edges, we might as well do it all the way over here as well. But then I don't like how thick this looks, so... How about something like that? That could be kind of interesting, actually. And we can add some seating over here as well. I don't know when we ended up going back to the landing, but we're gonna... or the foyer. But let me just add these few details and then we'll go back to the other place. There we go. And you know what? Let's actually bring this out like this so they kind of... Wait, hold on. I think I might have figured something out finally. So we could do something like this. And then kind of have it do that. Something like that. So it's kind of layered. That looks pretty decent. What do you guys think about that? It's definitely different from what we do in our usual kitchens. Like, it might be the same kitchen cabinets from Life and Death, whatever, but it definitely does look a lot more unique, if I have to say so myself. Let's actually get this line going all the way. I really love this lighting as well. It looks very interesting. Let's follow the same pattern of like the diagonals along the sides. Because this way we're gonna have the dining table area, in case you guys are wondering. The flooring looks great. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. And also, welcome for joining. I'm glad to see you here on this fine Sunday. Oh, I never thought to put flooring just on the edges. Yeah, for very grand mansions like this, I tend to do that because I think it just looks a little bit more interesting. And obviously, the marble just kind of works very nice with any type of flooring that you place, to be honest. You gotta teach me how to do the half tiles? 100%, yeah. I will teach you right now real quick. So let's say you just select any flooring in particular. If you press Control and F, it will turn it into the triangles, and then you can just place it however you want. So you're able to create any type of design that you want with them, which is amazing. You can obviously create the I kind of did it there accidentally, but you can create this pattern. So it looks kind of interesting. I don't know, like, I really love the way that looks as well, personally. Obviously, you would need to make it go all the way around. Like something like this could work very nicely within this modern house as well. To be fair, we could do a design like this somewhere as well. So it's a pretty decent idea. Yeah, I'm loving the way this is looking so far. Let's also connect these two together as well. So it kind of just is like little pathways that lead you down. And to be honest, if we're going to do this, we might as well get rid of these because it's not really going to make a lot of sense. So something like this makes it look a little bit more interesting. We could obviously move these up a little bit as well, maybe into like the black area, but then it's not really going to be supporting it, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Karina, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining today. Hope you're doing great. No worries, Pokerface. I'm glad I was able to help. I thought a lot of people knew how to do that, to be honest, but you know, maybe you're new to The Sims, I don't know. But yeah, it's a very good thing to do for like custom. That's honestly pretty decent as well, to be fair. They're always out to help you guys, so if you guys have any not suggestions, auto-wired to what I have to say. If you guys see something you're like not sure how I did it, definitely let me know and I'll definitely help you guys figure it out and whatnot. Tanzo Crate's community just tiered up. What the hell does that mean? It doesn't say it in chat. I wish it said it in chat so you guys can have seen it. The floor? I'm so glad to see that. Thank you so much. But yeah, since I'm still relatively new to the whole streaming on TikTok, I have no clue what some of the leveling up stuff does yet. So just learning with you guys. This could be kind of interesting to turn into a diagonal over here instead. Could be a choice. Not a great one actually though. So let's bring that back. We can also go for a different marble flooring as well if you guys no, that's not gonna work. Let's see what else we got. Let me not waste time with that, never mind. Let's go into adding some more lighting and stuff. This very modern one from Life and Death is also pretty decent. I'm also noticing that 90% of what we're doing right now is Life and Death, which is great because it means that you guys only need a singular pack at the moment for the interior, which is great. Could add a chandelier like that. The only issue that I have with the chandelier is it's very small in comparison to maybe something like this, which feels a little bit more antique, but it's a bit more interesting looking, you know? And let's actually move these saucer lights. Actually, you know what? No, it's fine if we have a few exposed saucer lights. You know what? Sometimes when I create builds and I see like saucer lights just hanging out, I'm like, oh no, the build is bad because like, why do I have random saucer lights everywhere? But you know what? Saucer lights are great. I would love them in my real life home as well, but in The Sims they just don't look that great, unfortunately. So I just try to use them sparingly. Viewers can level up by sending heart me comments gifts. Interesting. It's a TikTok thing nobody understands really. Honestly, Karina, it is honestly like that. But nobody sent anything, so why did it just say that out of nowhere? It's a bit random. The black chandelier looks good. Oh, you like this one, yeah? Okay, we're gonna definitely skip. We're definitely gonna stick with this one. I don't know why I struggled to say that. Sorry. We're definitely gonna stick with that for sure. Let me just change these up because I forgot that we had like a bit of like a grey color scheme vibe initially, and then we ended up changing it. But yeah, what is your guys' input on like the appliances being white within the black counters? Like, is it nice or is it standing out too much that you guys want to change it? Definitely up to do whatever you guys want me to. Let's go into the dining table room for now though, because how long have we been streaming for now? I have no clue, but 47 minutes and I've only done the kitchen. Yeah, this is why I usually do my interiors off camera, because I take so long and I'm very indecisive with some certain stuff, and I really love the user input, so like it takes a bit more time, but I do feel a little bit more satisfied with the interiors when I do it with you guys. So I'm not gonna lie, because get a bit more validation about like liking stuff, you know. I'm already going to for this one. We did use it in the outside, like out here in the backyard kitchen area, so I do apologize if you guys care about that kind of thing, but I think for this build it's just going to work very nicely, you know. bit of that mixture of antique and modern vibes. But for the dining chairs, we're going to change it up. We're not going to go for this one, which is the one I always go for. I usually normally go for either the Dream Home Decorator ones or these ones. I really love these pieces. These are amazing. Like, they work perfectly for the type of homes that I build. Like, that would work so nicely around here, but if I do use this one too often, just let me know and I'll definitely change it up. I mean, I wasn't really planning on using it, so that's a gorgeous pool. Thank you so much, Pokerface. I really appreciate that. It took quite a bit of time to do that, to be honest. It has a bit of like a sunken area with fake overflow water support thing. This was kind of like the last thing that we did, which, well, when we moved on into the furniture interior, but I'm still not sure about that yellow. It just it's so bright. It's the only bright thing in that little seating area, which feels so random. And then you move into the interior and it's like super dark, which is a really funny contrast. But yeah, I definitely know people are going to complain at me because there's no color in this. So let's add a bit of this gold brass accent to the table itself. And let's also get rid of these chairs. Let's also add a high chair as well, because we are obviously a family oriented house building channel around here, you know. So definitely need to incorporate those smaller annoying gameplay features. To me it's annoying because it's just extra stuff that I need to add, but for the sake of it being functional, we have to add it. You know what, these are pretty decent. I've never really used these before. We could go for this. What do you guys think about it? They have it, not the greatest swatches, but you know, this is pretty decent. I can see this one working. Or is it too much? We can also go for the black as well if we really want it to. I do use that chair a lot, honestly, Pokerface. I just really love the way it looks. But obviously really open to other designs as well. So let's check out some other things. We have this from Life and Death. We could just stick with the Life and Death theme that we have going on and just keep going on at it. Let's get rid of those chairs and maybe just use these ones. They're very huge now that I'm looking at them. Kind of remind me of like roller coaster seats for some reason. I don't know, there's just something about them that looks very secure. We could go for the black and gold. That's also a good option. Or if you want to incorporate a bit of color, could go for this like very muted lavender. Oh, wait, hold on. This dark green could be kind of interesting. Just hold the thought real quick. Hold on. Might be pretty decent. So just go for a bit of color here. And then obviously we're gonna, it's not really matching, so let's just make it white. And then we can make the this honestly reminds me of like a very fancy restaurant type of seating area. Let's go to tray real quick. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's people like having fun and screaming outside. So in case you guys are hearing anything, that's what it is. But just trying to find, that could be pretty decent, like a black. It definitely does contrast very nicely around here. Let's see what else we could do for maybe like the bottom carpet area. Could be kind of cool. Well, not coffee tables. The let's see. Maybe something like this. Obviously, it would definitely need to be a little bit bigger. I mean, smaller. We could also filter for like a dark green. I mean, it's just green, but you know, we'll look for the dark green colors. Let's see. Not that many great options, are there? That is not it. We have this brown one, but it's just not really giving what it needs to give. This is pretty decent, to be fair. Hold on. What if we use this and then just scale it up a bit? Maybe like 0.5? What do you guys think about that? It is a bit of a different vibe than what we got in the kitchen area. It's a very dark kitchen. And then you move on into this like kind of beige / gold green color, but it's pretty decent. Let's see. By the way, if you guys are watching from YouTube, make sure to click. You see where the sound icon is in like when you click on the screen. If there's like a live text and there's not a red dot next to it, make sure to click on that live button just so you guys are updated. Because sometimes it is a bit delayed if you guys don't on that. Just a bit of a tip if you guys wanted to stay up to date with the actual live stream liveness. Rather than it being seeming like a video. But yeah, we're gonna add a few curtains here. I wish it came in like a darker greenish color. We could obviously go for this muted, sort of like turquoisey bluish color. That's kind of interesting. Oh wait, hold on. Royalty might come in clutch when it comes to the curtains. I mean, not really actually. I mean, this plain white works everywhere, but the gold is pretty decent as well. But I don't know, my plan was to use something that kind of had something like this, you know, from Businesses and Hobbies, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Businesses and Hobbies. Maybe let's place. I don't want black curtains. Black curtains are very like black and grey. I mean, I actually have grey curtains, but like for a home like this that's very big, I think white curtains match a little bit nicer. Or maybe even this color. I don't know. I'm very indecisive, to be honest. We can also pair it, like we can do double curtains, so we can do something like this. So it's basically like a, to be honest, you would normally have the sheer one inside and not on the outside, but can't really do that for this build. So is it a bit weird to have it like this? It's not that bad, is it? I think that's pretty decent, so we're gonna go for that. The green, very high-end look. Went from fun kitchen to fancy dining. Love the vibe. The green color on the chair looks interesting. Thank you, Ainia from Twitch. Glad to see that. I just started looking at the chat again. Take the time, we're here for the ride. Glad to hear. Grumpy Pumpkin, hey, welcome today as well. How are you doing? Glad to see you here again today. How is the building going? It's going alright. I mean, I don't know how to measure that, to be honest. It's been 60 minutes and we've been doing the kitchen and dining table area the entire time, but I'm loving the way it's looking. I would love to have your user inputs as well, of course. Oh, I literally don't look at the chat for like 2 seconds and everyone's chatting. Vio, hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. If you're still here, I really appreciate it. Yours truly, Nicole, got the #1 viewer badge. Love to see it. I love your builds. Thank you so much, Nicole. I really appreciate that. And you also sent a few things. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I became a title gifter for the first time. Love to see that. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a great day, by the way, and a great Sunday. I'm glad to hear that you guys are loving the build so far. I'm really happy to hear that because it has been quite a big time investment. So it's good that I'm hearing you guys enjoying the build and loving it. I personally love the way it's looking so far as well, especially these the combination of these curtains. Look, I know you're supposed to have the sheer ones within like in the inside, like that's how it is in real life, at least for me. But for the sake of this build, we're going to be keeping it on the exterior, and I think that just kind of gives it like a CC look. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but it definitely does remind me of CC for some reason, just having like these very exaggerated curtains. It's a bit more effort to put it all together, but definitely worth it. So hope you guys can agree with me on that. So we're gonna do the same thing over in here as well. Oh, I think I set a camera mode on my, no, never mind. Pressed the wrong number, unfortunately. So I do apologize for that. Because obviously I'm sure you guys know I post a lot of shorts and stuff related to Sims, which actually, funnily enough, I just posted a short just before I'm getting on live. So you guys might want to check that out if you guys want to see a few house tour related builds. But that's besides the point, because I do a lot of those. I have a lot of auto assigned camera movements, so that does happen occasionally here and there. Claudia, thank you so much for joining today. Let's also do this other side as well. Oh my god, I'm dude. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm trying to focus on making this curtain area look good, and I just keep pressing that damn camera button. But yeah, just trying to cover up that very turquoisey bluish color, you know, because now you can't really tell what kind of color it is, which I think is kind of cool. And over here, look, I'm gonna make something look a little bit. It might look a little bit weird initially, so I do apologize, but if you guys don't like it, we'll change it up, so it's not a problem at all. But I really love this design in particular. So we're going to take this kitchen cabinet piece, and you're like, what the hell is this guy going to do with these? But I think it looks very cool when it works in these like grand homes, you know. So I was thinking, what if we kind of just elevate this? I've done this before. It's nothing new, but I just don't know if it will work for this build in particular. So if we do something like that, I think that looks very cool. Like, personally, but if you guys don't like it, just let me know and we'll change it. Maybe like gold could be kind of interesting, but they're not the same shade, so that actually works very nicely though. That is a same shade same shade, so that kind of works. We can actually even change this to like a greenish color if we really want it to kind of match, but I think the black is doing a pretty good job at the moment. We can also change it to a brown as well if we wanted to. Oh, I missed a question from PokerFace. Do you do live mode too, like play Sims or just build? Honestly, I haven't really. I'm assuming you're probably asking for like live stream wise. I don't do live playing and stuff on live streams or like in builds in general. I mean, in videos in general. But if it is something that you guys would love to see, definitely let me know and I'll actually consider it. Like in some of my builds that I created. I think that would be kind of fun to play within them. You love it, yours truly. I'm glad to hear that. We'll definitely keep it for sure. Still needs a bit of touching up, but we'll definitely do something about it. I just got home, bought 3 kilograms of strawberries, and I see you're still streaming. Love to see that. Looks like I'm in for a lovely evening. The kitchen looks great. I'm really glad to hear that, Grumpy Pumpkin. Yeah, I love the vibes today from all of you guys. Just chilling out, vibing, checking out the stream, and actually liking the build. So that's great to hear. But like, don't be strangers. If you guys don't like something, just don't be afraid to say it, because I'll be very happy to change up. This might be doing too much, you know, but it might be doing, nah, that's a bit too much, I think, but it was a fault for you guys, you know, like, if you guys like it, you guys can implement it in your own designs, but I think for now we're going to keep it without that. And we should definitely add a few stuff onto this table as well, or like this console unit that we created, but I might just keep it blank for now. We can also add a few, maybe like an accent wall along here, could be kind of interesting. I was thinking, what if we do maybe like a leopard pattern, or like, sorry, snake pattern? It's not really gonna match though, is it? Like, I like the way it looks, but it just doesn't feel elegant in this home, so we're not gonna do that. We could try doing like a beige color instead, maybe like this paneling, but it feels very plain. I feel like this one works very nice because it has the actual wainscot paneling and stuff inside of it. Also, we need to take a door from over here. I love how nothing else is done in this build, like not even the wallpapers, but we're gonna pour our heart into these little areas like this. I just feel like it looks so nice and sleek at the moment. I'm really loving the way it's looking. I'm still a bit on the shelf with this carpet though. Like, I do like a bit of a dark color swatch like this. I really love this carpet. I mean, rug, sorry. But kind of would wanted like maybe like a green swatch as well. Could have looked pretty decent. I don't know, you guys could be the judge of that. I think for now though, we could try to maybe keep it like this. I think the other one was a bit too bright, you know. But that's a bit too dull, so maybe just keep it bright. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that as well. And over here, we have a bit of an empty space. So I'm thinking, let's add a bit of a love seat over here real quick. Go to surfaces, nope. Comfort, misc. Let's see. That's honestly not too bad, like a different shade of green, but I do like a bit of consistency, so maybe just do like a plain black, or the Asian gold could be kind of cool. You're loving it, Goddess? I'm glad to hear that, thank you. Also, enjoy your strawberries, by the way, Grumpy Pumpkin. I forgot to say that while I was reading that chat. Add a bit of a chocolate or sugar on them, you know. Make them just a tad bit unhealthy, but just make it taste like twice as good, you know. Maybe add some paintings around the mirror. 100% could think about something like that for sure, Pumpkin. Let's see what we can actually do. Maybe some wallflowers next to the mirror. Ainea. Oh, great shout from Twitch. We could definitely do that. Don't you love the curtain? Thank you, Vio. Also, I don't know if you've seen it, Vio, but I did reply to you. I did say hi back. I don't know if you were there to hear it, but thanks so much for being in the live stream. I'm really glad to see you guys here today. To be honest, I wasn't even planning on streaming, but I was just like, I really wanted to do a bit of furnishing with you guys because I haven't done it with this build. So I thought I'd just give it a go. Let's also add a bit of a plant like that off to the corner. I think that looks very nice, especially with the gold feet and stuff. Could do a bit of these plant works on the walls. These are kind of interesting. Suggestion from Ainea. Could be kind of a good idea, to be honest. Maybe not these ones in particular, or we could change it up. You guys can be the judge of that as well. You know what? I'll place like a candle holder or something along here, but it's just a big fire hazard. Definitely don't take my my Sims 4 furnishing ideas and do them in real life, because they occasionally it might cause a fire hazard, you know. So just keep the designs in the Sims, you know. Definitely don't place a candle like this along plastic like that. So these will probably be like fake plants and trees as well, so you know, maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but you guys get the point. Let's add a few more candles, why not? And personally, if I was playing in this build, like actually I'll probably add custom like photo frames. So let's add a few of those along here. It might make it look more homey than like a very grand home, because I feel like a lot of grand homes, they try to get rid of these kind of homey vibes with like not trying to incorporate like family oriented type of like objects and so I know they're all floating, by the way. We will definitely add we'll change the height of that, so that's not a problem. But a lot of modern homes in real life, they kind of just like get rid of the homeliness of it, so I'm going to try to add a bit of mixture of that within this build. And what's up? Hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining today. How are you doing? Glad to see you here on a Sunday. The strawberries are delicious. I'm so glad to hear that. It's good you streamed at this time. I need a comfort show. I'm glad to hear that, Poker Face. Thank you. Oh, you just uninstalled The Sims. Oh, no. Is it because of Paralyzed? Are you gonna go play Paralyzed? Which is completely understandable, to be honest. But I hope you have fun whatever you do, even if it's not The Sims. But I'm glad you're still here, even though you're not playing. I think it doesn't really matter, to be honest, even if you play or not, because you still kind of get a bit of an idea of the process of like building and like furnishing a build and stuff. Because I don't just add like a plant in the corner and call it a day, you know. I try to make it look a little bit more interesting, as you guys have seen, with obviously the entire build. At least, you know, I hope it kind of comes across that way, that it feels more unique than a usual home. Yeah, just adding a bit of these random objects and stuff around here real quick. I heard a lot of people hate the Moschino pack, so I'm assuming not a lot of people probably have it. So maybe let's refrain from using the rest of the objects from here. What else could we add here? I know you guys mentioned paintings. Well, Pumpkin did. I was also thinking like wall sconce lighting fixtures could be also really nice here as well. Are there? I swear there's other photo frames other than these guys. Why do I only see these? Maybe they're like different names and stuff, but I don't know. Currently they're just black voids, but oh, that is going to be kind of annoying to not have a frame, so I'm going to get rid of that one and just add this one again. Let's actually go to the lighting real quick as well. Check the wall lights out. Letters, keys, or envelopes could be interesting. Poker Face, we could try those for sure. Let me actually check those out. Are there actual letters and stuff that we can place? What are you on about, like these kind of things? Oh wait, this is one of those like magnet things, isn't it? We do have a pile of these letters. They do make it look a little bit cluttered though. We could definitely do the key though, for sure. To be honest, I really love the idea of the Moschino pack. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not... I don't know. It could just have been like a free thing though, you know? Like the idea is great, but it's just... Sometimes a few packs here and there do feel a bit unnecessary, I'm not gonna lie. Let's do like 0.05. That's too much. Let's do 0.02. That should be fine. That's fine. Nobody's gonna check it out that much, you know, it's fine. Also, wait, let me try the wall sconces as well real quick along these walls. I do love the plants, but we could definitely try a few of those wall sconces too. Maybe like one on this side. I think the plants actually made it look a little bit better, to be fair. Plants low-key look pretty good here, so I'm going to keep those. We could just add wall sconces like this. And we will also be incorporating some type of like family portrait somewhere as well. I was going to say like somewhere here, but there's nowhere here, so Maybe like in like a corridor or something around here. Could be kind of interesting. There's going to be a living room area, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. There's going to be an office. We don't know what this is going to be yet. Probably a bedroom, like a little guest bedroom type of thing with its own ensuite. Public bathroom, where is that going to be? It was right over here. It is a bit far away, so I do apologize for that. We don't have a public bathroom over here. Public bathroom meaning it's accessible by anyone. It's not really enclosed to like a bedroom. That kind of sucks that the... Oh yeah, wait, let me save. Hold on. It just low-key stuttered a bit, so I got a bit worried. By the way, this is the default location's name. This is not what we're actually naming the build, in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, love the plants hanging. Yeah, shout out to Ainia1317 from Twitch then, because they definitely did suggest something good with the plants and stuff around the mirror for sure. Hey Alex, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for your kind words, I think. Glad to see you here on a Sunday. Lewis, how did you get that size plot? It's the it's a 64x64 lot. We got it from Brindleton Bay. So there's a few walls that come with the game. I'm sure you're probably aware of. Only some of them come with 64x64 lots. Not every single one does. But we're building with the wall that came with Dogs and Packs expansion pack, if you are wondering. Oh, trust me, it's going to be a very expensive build. Definitely could do something like that, Poker Face. Give this build to your wealthiest Sims. I think, let's check the price right now real quick, because yeah, it's at 333k for just the kitchen and the dining table area being finished. This is probably going to go to around like 500k for sure, like very comfortably. I'm pretty sure I'm capable of furnishing 200k. Next to the kitchen, there could be a room for the butler. That is honestly true. I don't know if you've been here for like the last few live streams, but we were kind of contemplating where to place a butler, and this could honestly be the perfect location for it. So this is definitely going to be like considered the guest house wing suite type of thing. A lot of family, sorry, not family. A lot of fancy, expensive homes like this actually have what is it called? The like a pantry room, like a second kitchen. I honestly feel like for the Sims, it's not really that necessary, so I don't really bother doing it. So we're just going to place the butlers basically like their own little room in this area, which I think is a great idea. It's right next to the kitchen anyway, so they wake up straight to work, you know? I mean, that's kind of like the only thing that they barely managed to do in the Sims, so might as well make it right next to it, like Linia suggested. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, by the way, I really do apologize. But yeah, what kind of vibe are we going for this bedroom? Essentially like a modern one. Could go for like an all black, but I feel like we have so much dark accents and stuff going across this entire section of the build so far, which is not bad, but like, you know, we could add a few bits of color here and there. Maybe like this turquoisey greenish color, like a sage green. Don't know why I said turquoise, this is far from turquoise. But you know, you guys get the point. Let me add these smaller bedside drawers on either side. Kind of just matches it a bit more. Something like that. Honestly, you guys, when it comes to my bedrooms, when there's a million rooms in the house, I don't try to dwell on the design on them too much. I kind of focus on design for like the main living spaces, but if it's like a bedroom, I'm just like, it's not really that big of a deal, you know, if I don't get it to look 10 out of 10, because there's so much to do, unfortunately. So we're just going to do one of my favorite default designs, which is placing like a little love seat around like the edge of the bed and just changing it up a little bit just to make it feel a little bit more complete. go for maybe these ones. These could look pretty decent. Yeah, get up and go straight to work is hilarious. You can make rooms for the staff in the basement with a laundry room and a toilet next to them. Sounding more like a dungeon or a cave or something like that, Pumpkin. Kind of want them to like literally just work and just go straight into your little basement area. That kind of sounds sad. Let's give them like a little bit of the room, you know, something like this. A bit more real estate. Direct access to the backyard, you know. A bit more convenient. But I like the idea of adding a bit of gameplay ideas to the build. I don't think we even have like a space for basement yet. Like we haven't really considered it into this floor plan. But if you guys really want one, we can try to add one in this build for sure. Lewis, yeah, you would need to buy the Cats and Dogs expansion pack if you want a 64x64 lot, or another expansion pack that has a 64x64 lot world. So you'd need to check each of the expansion packs, find which one you like the most, and kind of just like go off from there, to be honest. Personally, I only used I use this 64x64 lot a lot, so it's very nice. You can already see it's like private beach side, kind of like privated and stuff, but there will be a lot of like pets and stuff walking around. You can also go and get famous expansion pack. That one has a 64x64 lot as well. It's honestly up to you. You should definitely look into it before just buying one based off of what I said. Definitely look into it and see what you like most, because it will also come with like extra gameplay and stuff and whatnot. So yeah, just gonna add a few of these curtains in here. It's very dark in here. I don't know why we're moving on into the bedroom, I mean the bathroom area, but we're gonna do that real quick because kind of just like trying to complete it all in one go. So let's go bathtub. I really want to place the bathtub like this, but if I do, it's kind of just a waste of space. So we're gonna do something like this instead, unfortunately. Let's actually move this. I don't actually know, to be honest. We could also just place a shower here if we really wanted to save on space, but I don't really like a lot of the showers in The Sims. Even though I definitely do prefer it in real life, it's just not... I don't know, like a bath just feels a bit more luxurious in a fancy home. Wine cellar in the basement, that's also a good option as well. Make a small 2x2 bathroom by taking the space from the large room. Could do that for sure as well. Grumpy Pumpkin. Yeah, I let my butler out the basement sometime. I can already see the amount of torture these butlers are gonna get from this home. Melissa, my gallery idea, my gallery ID is just my name, Tanza, and then with 2 R's at the end, so it's just Tanza with 2 R's. Or you can also do hashtag as well if you don't want to search by EAID. It should both they should both bring you to my page, hopefully, because of all those gallery bugs that are never ending with The Sims. But yeah, I'm just gonna add some of my favorite bathroom objects. You guys already know the drill. Let's just place this mirror over here. Kind of matches with the actual bedroom low-key. Let's also change the... You know what? The flooring's low-key fine. Let's change the wallpaper instead. Kind of go for a tiling. That's a bit too much. Maybe just one wall. Could even change it up a bit and go for... That's honestly not too bad either, something like this. maybe place like a little rug beneath it as well. So yeah, a bit of like a unique color scheme going on in this room. I mean, nothing too crazy. I don't want to add too much to it. These colors are not matching at all. But I don't think we have another option. I mean, we could go for the default beige. I think that's going to work a little bit better for this room. Let's also make this bathroom like a bit more like a sage greenish color as well. I think that should be fine. It's literally a bedroom on the first floor. Like, it's not. We don't need to do too much. Historically, that's where servants lived, on the lower floor or in semi-basement levels. True. I used to look at your builds before I knew that you were on YouTube. Glad I could watch the builds live. I'm so glad to hear that, Pokerface. That's kind of like the main reason why I wanted to start them, because a lot of people actually loved seeing, well, not loved, but they wanted to see the process of the builds and stuff, which I think kind of makes sense, you know? Like, you'll want to see how the whole process goes along and stuff. Sometimes I can't keep the entire speed builds. Obviously, you guys know I create speed builds out of live streams and stuff. If there was in a live stream, then I'll just normally record and upload it as like a normal build video. So like, you know, just doing it like this, it gives you two different options if you want to watch like a more slow paced one, or something that is going to be a bit more fast paced and kind of just like show you the whole overall process, you know? So you're not going to get like me thinking like, is this better than this? It's just like directly like I picked this, I like this, you know? That's kind of like the main things I cut out from the speed builds anyway. Like, this whole full process is still happening. It's just skipped because I can't keep it all in, unfortunately. And it does look, you get a bit tricky when you're like doing voiceovers, because, you know, you have to actually like think on the spot what to say. And you can't stop, or at least I don't stop when I record. Let's do 1.4. Kind of interesting. It is a bit of a plain... Wait, hold on. Is this floating? I was wondering why the grid was above the bed. Why is it so high? I don't know why that happened, but I'm just going to lower it down. And we should definitely change this wallpaper. It's kind of boring me in this room. Just trying to find something that's going to work. Yeah, I just don't really know. Maybe this one? Just trying to find something that matches, guys. I just don't really know. Wait, honestly, that doesn't look too bad. It does look relatively generic, but I think it's pretty decent. So let's go for it. Zara, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining today as well on a Sunday. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. We're just continuing on with the build, the usual drill. Give me 1 second though. One second, you guys. I'm good, thank you, Zara. Thank you so much for asking. Poker Face, I reduced the speed on you. Is it that fast? I do apologize. I mean, I tried to like keep it decent, like, you know, watchable, but you know, some builds, they're very big and you need to like cut corners here and there, unfortunately, or like try to speed it up a bit, make it a bit more efficient. But I do understand with the slowing, like slowing the build and stuff down. Like I completely understand that. And a few people also like would sometimes be like, "Oh, I was trying to copy," and then you cut this part, and I'm just like, now that I have live videos, I don't really get those type of comments anymore, which is great, because then that means people just go back and refer to like what was done in the live, which is amazing. But yeah, if this room isn't wowing you, it's completely fine. It's just like an extra room off to the side, in my opinion, at least. Like, it's nothing too crazy. Ideally, I do love adding like seating areas and stuff within my bedrooms, but this butler ain't gonna get that treatment, unfortunately. It might not even be used as a butler's room, who knows. We also need like a little room for the, well, not room, but a little bit of space for the wardrobe area. Honestly, this might not be too bad, like placing it right there, but it's not centered, so it's kind of annoying me. I would have also thought about putting it over here, but we have the door. Should do something like this. It's a bit weird, but like you have to walk diagonally over here. I think it will definitely be functional, but I don't know. It's a bit tricky. Darker green around here isn't too bad. Let's add a the fridge. Yeah, we're gonna add a fridge above the dresser for sure. There we go, something like this. Just something generic. And this rug is so tiny for this room, so let's change it. Could do this one actually. This one's pretty decent. Maybe something like that. I don't want to. Yeah, this bug still happens in The Sims, which is very annoying, unfortunately, but can't do much about it. Let's just add a few things here as well. And we can add like a bit of like seating around here as well. I think that could be kind of interesting. And then we can move on into another room, because we spent quite a bit on this bedroom despite it being like considered basic. You know what, this swatch could actually be kind of perfect. This one, wait, no, there's one that kind of has like a, there we go, this one. I feel like it kind of the wood doesn't really match it, unfortunately, but I thought the green would look kind of decent, but I guess not. This one's not too bad, but the green is very vibrant. Oh. Maybe a bit of blue. I don't know, like, I'm very indecisive. There's nothing that really matches what we're going for. This one's not too bad actually, but still a bit of an odd green color. I don't know. I just wish we had like a color wheel, man. That's like the only thing the Sims really needs, like the Sims 4, like at least the bare minimum. Like I even skipped on open world at this point. I'm just thinking about the bare minimum at this point. Yeah, Grumpy, I did actually raise that that rug up with the tool mod, but it's a bit too rectangular, and if I like moved up a little, if I sized up a little bit too much, it kind of wouldn't have fit in that. But like it wouldn't have looked great, to be honest, if we ended up making it even bigger. So I just kind of skipped on it. You know, I'm gonna just add these guys over here and just call it a day because it's not really that deep. Let's go to accent tables and let's see. Kind of just want a rounded stone one that we got from the outside as well. But everything is so rounded. Maybe one of these? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let's just do this one. It's so rounded around here though, I don't like that. I'm sorry if I'm annoying you guys, but just trying to find something that's gonna work. Let's just go for these. Why not? This is like the really annoying stuff that I have to cut out from regular builds because I do get a bit indecisive like that here and there. It wouldn't be the case if we got like a color swatch thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for now because we've done too much in that room. I need to get out of that room. We're gonna leave the lights over here like that. I really love the view of this kitchen, like right like this. It just looks so good in my opinion. You consider that room cute? I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I think it's okay. It's alright. For what it is, it's okay. Let's move on into this. And then maybe I'll probably do the living room and the office, and then I'll probably call it a day for the live stream so that I can do everything else off camera, unfortunately. Or maybe just like continue. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, like depending on the vibe. But I do need to get a move on with this build and not be so indecisive. What would you guys think if we used the refined living again? I do really love this one. Oh wait, hold on, I completely forgot. I do want to use some of the objects from the Belagoth kit. I really love this Cheslong, I believe it is. The Chase, whatever it is. I just really love this one in particular. Like it just looks so amazing. I can see this kind of like working in like hallways and stuff for sure with like a painting above. You know what, let's just do that right now. Like something like this could be kind of decent with like a portrait. Could be kind of decent. I'm going to leave that as it is for now. And I'm going to do something else that I did in my other mansion, which is using this chandelier, which is a tad bit is way smaller actually than the businesses and hobbies one in the hallways, just so it doesn't overcrowd your view too much, but you're still kind of getting that very chandelier-esque vibe from it, you know? Let me actually raise this up a bit, just so this one is kind of like this, and we can maybe create like a platform sort of design in this room. You know, it's so bright in here. I need to change the wallpapers. I know we have a lot of lighting as well, but I need to make sure that you guys can see that, you know. Let's go into these are a good candidate as well. We're not going to go for a brown color scheme, by the way. It's just what I picked initially. These are pretty decent as well as like sofas. We could also go for the crown design as well. It's pretty decent as well. We could go for the same thing basically. Maybe like a off-white color, or we can even stick with like this darker bluish color to it as well. Pretty decent. The green's nice as well actually. Chairs, let's see what kind of chairs we got. Well, there is one in particular that kind of works very nicely. Let me find it real quick. There we go, this one. I really love using this kind of as like armchairs if I use one of these sofa pieces. But we ain't gonna find anything that's gonna match the color swatches. Besides this beige color, it kind of does match with these. But that's pretty much it. Like, I think these two match a little bit nicer than this. So maybe let's get rid of that one. Kind of just use this for the time being. We can also create, I don't know how to do this. Like, it's a really big room, and like I think it was Grumpy Pumpkin who suggested we can. Oh, you're right, Poker Face. The free maker pack thingy. We'll check that out right now as well, real quick. But I'm just not really sure about the design that we can do for this living space area. Maybe something like this could look kind of interesting, with like one side of it being formal and then one side being less formal. Is that something that is normal? I feel like I might have seen something like that before. I just don't remember at all. But I feel like this design has probably been done before. Let me just give it a go real quick, and then if we don't like the way it looks, we can definitely change it about. Because I don't know, I've never really done something like that before actually in one of these rooms. So it could look kind of interesting and unique. We have a two-seater of this. Where did this come from? Oh my god, Life and Death again? I mean, it's really good because it means everyone who's going to download it with Life and Death is literally going to get 90% of it in the build, which is amazing. But there is quite a lot of it. Definitely is one of the go-to packs that I do recommend for like modern build, 100%. This one, I think you're... Sorry, excuse me, hold on. These are pretty decent. They're okay, like it's alright. I don't know if it's gonna fit this build, but it does actually have some very good color swatches. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it does look very good with the colors, but I don't know. It's okay. I'll probably use it in like a future build for sure, but maybe not for this one. I don't know, there's just something about maybe like the stripes, it makes it feel a little bit more cheaper than something like this, you know, which feels a bit more grand. Unless there's another sofa as well that you might want to suggest to me, I'll definitely consider it. Let's go to surfaces real quick. Oh, we already found the magazine here, so we might as well just take that out real quick. I think we've done this in the previous Did we do this in the previous build? I don't even remember, but I do love using these as like coffee tables. Let's look in the coffee table section as well. I do like the way these look, but I want something that feels like expensive, you know? Maybe something that has a bit of leather to it. Could do this one, but I'm not really sure. Could go for this one as well from Life Get Famous. This one's pretty decent. Kind of has like the same design going across the sides of it. I'll just throw in random stuff and call it a day. Honestly, that is what I should be doing more of. So I need to be a bit more on that vibe, you know. Low-key, that's honestly not too bad. I kind of just merged these two out of nowhere, but that kind of looks like a unique coffee table, does it not? Or am I just lost to the point where I just find anything decent looking over here? But I do like the combination of that. Low-key. What if we do like it going all the way around it, kind of like a bit of like a surrounding bit? Wait, that's actually not that bad for some reason. Or am I just being delusional? I could be a bit delusional, but I don't know, there's just something about it that kind of makes it look really cool and high end. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with stuff that feel unique, you know, because I could just place this central coffee table, well, just place that like central coffee table and call it a day, but I want to like make it look a little bit more interesting for you guys, you know? This probably won't work, but because the middle area is like relatively, man, if it didn't have that shadow, it's honestly not that bad, to be honest. Let's add a few of these trays and stuff. You guys already know the drill. Of course, we're going to add a few trays here and there. Let's add the side tables as well. I usually go for the glass one. There we go. This one from Growing Together. It's just really good for fancy builds and stuff. Maybe if there's like a gold frame. Yeah, these ones are actually pretty decent. If we have like something that has a bit of a gold frame to it, could look more interesting. Poker face. If I just like added a random sofa in here, I'll just be really uncomfortable. I'll just be like, if it doesn't look good, at least in my eyes in that moment, then I'll have to like keep working on it, which is very annoying. That's a bad habit that I have, but some might say it's good because, you know, you kind of want to do stuff that look and feel complete, but sometimes it is a bit of a curse because like even just adjusting these lights is just so annoying, but it works perfectly when you make it look good. I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with a unique design over here, and I think we're going to achieve it, hopefully. You know what, another thing that's going to be kind of cool is if we add some type of poof, like right in front of this. I think that would look very interesting. Kind of just like a little footrest or something like that when you're sitting. And obviously I can't forget we need to add a very grand fireplace as well. And we're also going to be changing the wallpapers and the flooring as well, so don't forget about those as well. Let's go for, oh my god, you know what, ever since 4 rank came out, I've never really used these radiators at all. I should definitely be using them a bit more. I do like the way they look. But yeah, this is pretty much one of my go-to fireplaces, but if I want like a second option, I'll always go for this one. I just think this one looks very nice, to be honest. Like, it's very interesting. And that beige color swatch as well looks very nice. So let's do something like that, and then maybe something like this. Wait, I don't know why I sized that down actually. Let me put that back up. We have plenty of space. We don't need to worry about sizing down. We could also extend this outwards a bit as well, just so we kind of have like, wait, I'm gonna try something like that real quick. We have a lot of space, you know, so we might as well just make use of it. Well, not really if we're gonna keep this kind of design. I was thinking like, hold on, wait a minute. What if we added like I don't know if that's weird, to be honest, like adding the walls on either side. I need to also change this wallpaper because it's probably throwing all of us off. Could even use the same wallpaper, just in a different color, because we're not going to go for any dark browns within this build. Or at least we're going to try not to, because I don't know, it just doesn't really fit that vibe and aesthetic. Maybe for the office area, could be kind of cool, but it is looking very beige now though, so we also need to fix that issue. Could be kind of like this, maybe, I don't know. Could be kind of cool. Did I add a bar already? No, unfortunately, like I haven't added a bar or a piano. Well, I did add a piano at this on the top floor of the stairs, but that's pretty much it. For the bar area, we haven't really got a bar. Maybe we'll do the bar up here, like in this really big room that we have over here, like a dance slash bar music area type of situation, because it is a relatively big room that we can't make smaller. But if we do, it's kind of just like, I don't know, it's gonna feel a bit random. So yeah, we could try to introduce the bar and stuff up there. Or we could do another one down here as well, to be honest. I was thinking of like a mirrored, what is it called? Like, it's like a mirrored living room type of situation where it's almost like the same thing, but they serve different purposes. Like this side will be a bit more informal, or like this one, and then this one will be a bit more formal, you know? Might not be a good idea though, I'm just kind of experimenting. I know there's a lot of beige going on right now, but just the process, we might be able to salvage it. Maybe not though. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I don't know, I feel like it looks so busy, man. I don't really like the way that's looking. So might have to get rid of it, unfortunately. I did like the idea that like the concept was there, but it just didn't really look that intriguing. Might as well add the wall back here as well. And we're basically just gonna create like a little built-in area over here instead. I don't know, when is it done? Honestly, we don't know. Nobody knows, unfortunately. I'm planning for it to be done by Monday, so tomorrow. But can't really promise you on that. But hopefully it should be done till tomorrow. You probably get a notification about it if you have your notifications turned on for sure. Oh, a little diagonal action like this doesn't look pretty bad either. Loki might keep the diagonal design. I actually really like the way that's looking. Definitely feels very unique. And we're obviously going to add a carpet beneath it as well, so it's going to feel a lot more layered and whatnot. Yeah, OCD as well. Welcome to the club. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I mean, undiagnosed, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Who knows? I think it's normal to, I know you're probably just joking, but I'm just speaking in general. I think it's normal to be very picky with something that you like, you know? But I get the joke, like, I'm not trying to be dry. I get what you mean. I'm glad that I'm being welcomed into the community. I think a lot of people who play The Sims actually genuinely might have actually OCD though, because they they will go on and on and on and on and on. I mean, I am kind of one of those, but at the same time, I do kind of limit myself as well. Like if I was probably off camera, I don't know, I'll probably kind of have a design idea by now, hopefully. I mean, I'm saying that, I don't really know, but I'll probably have one, and then, you know, just go with the flow. I kind of want some more modern looking bookshelves around here, just so it kind of fits in. I don't want to have like arches kind of like this one. This is a very grand looking bookshelf though. That is very nice. Yeah, like I really love the way this is looking, but it's just a bit too grand looking for this build, so we're not going to pick that. These are pretty good, decent options. We'll go for these. Maybe in like a darker brown or like a chestnut. Wait, hold on a minute. I think that might be the option, to be honest. That darker, sort of like brownish, greenish color looks pretty decent. Oh, you know what? I like the way that's looking. Definitely gonna stick with that for now. And let's also change the flooring. Trying to pick a rug that's gonna match this overall vibe that we have. We have like a muted brownish greenish color. We have a dark brown, we have light brown, we have beige, we have gold. Like trying to find something that matches everything is going to be quite tricky, because as you guys already know, there's not really that many great carpets anyway. So I mean rugs, sorry. So this one low-key isn't too bad, but I don't know, I want it to fit in, you know. I haven't really thought about what kind of rug a fancy home would have, like in real life. Normally when I watch like really luxurious house listings or whatever, like if it ever comes to my face, even like on social media and stuff, I never really pay attention to the rugs. And even if I do, they don't really have a rug. It will just be like the plain floor, because most of the houses I look at are very modern homes and they don't have a lot of rugs. So I don't know what to put here, to be fair. Not really inspired by anything. This one's not too bad, but I do use this one fairly often from the Storybook Nursery kit. Maybe something like that could be kind of decent. I just want to see a good option actually. Let me move these back a little bit. Fran, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. Hope you're having a great day so far. You need this home in your Sims. I'm glad to hear that. It will definitely be done hopefully by tomorrow, so you'll be able to grab it from the gallery or Patreon. But I'm loving the way it's looking. I'm glad that you guys are agreeing with me as well. And I hope you guys do end up enjoying it as well as like a normal build. I don't really like how this part is a platform, but like it's kind of elevated. Maybe we could try to add a platform to make it kind of like cascade downwards rather than having the door kind of like floating from this side, but it is going to mess up the design a bit, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like we could do something like that, but I don't know. It's up to you guys to decide as well, I guess. Oh, you know what? I low-key got an idea. What if we move this all the way down? But then we're gonna lower this into the platform area. And that kind of bottom bit, you can't even see it anyway. Let's do like negative 0.5. No, let's raise it up a bit. 0.1. Let's do like 0.1 again. There we go. So that's something like that. You want to see Sims falling through a floating door? I wish that was a function, but unfortunately, Poker Face, they will just hop down from it, because if it's just like one level, they don't really care about it, unfortunately. Sorry for my English, no, it's perfect. I'm from Spain. Oh, I love that. I'm glad to hear so many different people from different countries. It's not a problem at all. If your English is perfectly fine, by the way. You didn't say anything wrong, so don't worry about it, Fran. We can always press a little translator button, you know, so we can always figure out what we're saying to each other. But thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it so much. I hope you understood. I'm sure you understood it, but you know, maybe there's like a, you know what would be really cool if there's like a translation button so you can hear me speaking your language. That would be very cool. I think that'll help it be a bit more diverse. Or we just kind of messed up the entire build there. Yeah, I'm honestly loving the way this is looking. Like, it's very sleek. So yeah, we basically have like one side of the black tiles kind of elevated, and I think that looks amazing. So we're gonna stick with that for sure. And we're just gonna add the platform trims. And this idea low-key just came to me as we were just building in here, so I'm really glad they did. And we have a bit of like a weird red line going in between. So to fix that, we're going to go into the fences real quick and just select this one. It's already selected, funnily enough, so kind of just perfect. And we're just going to place this going all the way in, just so it kind of looks a little bit more seamless, you know, with the grouts. And you know what, we can actually push this a little bit more back, you know, but we have a lot of space to work with, so I love how we move one thing in Sims and everything goes to crap. Honestly, Poker Face, the amount of times that happens is so annoying. Like, it happens to me all the time. Like, but I mean, it's part of the game, I guess. So you know. And yeah, you like the platform? It makes the room more interesting. I agree with you. Thank you so much for still hanging out, by the way. I really do appreciate it so much. Like, genuinely, thank you. Yeah, I'm really loving the way that platform design is looking as well. I just don't know what we're going to do towards the back end of this build. We could turn it into like a little library if we wanted to, but I feel like this is a bit of like a lazier option, you know, like kind of just like placing a bunch of, you know, doing something like this. I mean, I don't think these are going to be functional because you have to step on and then take the book, but could just have it for show. So this is like option 1 for you guys. We can obviously also do, you know what, a bit of like a painting type of thing would be really nice as well. We have other areas for like the chess and stuff like that, so I don't want to do too much chess either. Oh, you know what, I actually forgot that we have like a outdoor gym area that we need to do as well. There's so much to do with this build, it's never ending. I just keep thinking about the amount of millions of bedrooms that I still have to do after this stream, which is very worrying. But you know, I have to get it done for you guys. I have to have a lot of you guys waiting on the line for this build, which I'm really happy about, obviously. Let's go into packs real quick. Let's scroll for, there we go, this one. And let's go back to search. There we go. So adding a bit of this. If you guys don't like this row, by the way, just let me know and I'll change it up. I'll definitely change it to something else. I would actually really love like a little painting thing over here. That would look very nice. I don't think this is functional though. So you play well, it looks good. Thank you. I really appreciate that kind comment. Hope you're having a great day as well, by the way. Oh yes, a translator would be very helpful, but only if it translated correctly. Sometimes slang or dialects are very... I agree, Grumpy Pumpkin. There's a game in particular where it literally relies on translation of people, and because they speak Portuguese, because they're Brazilians, it changes so much, and it just like, you know, sometimes they don't understand what you're saying because you're speaking professional Portuguese or English, and they don't understand what you're trying to say because they have like their own like different dialects and stuff, like you said, unfortunately. Which, I mean, we can't really do much about that, so, you know, it is what it is. You got to give us the build. Wait, imagine I'm just like, nope, not uploading this into the gallery, guys, sorry. I'm joking, obviously it's gonna be there. I have to do my due diligence and give you guys the build. We can't wait. We can wait. The main thing is that you enjoy building. No, I enjoy building, genuinely. I will enjoy building if I rush it or if I slow it down. By the way, guys, do you guys like this design, or do you guys prefer it more sorry, oh, I literally just ruined it, sorry. But yeah, that platform definitely did make a big difference. Let me just go forward though. Oh no, my game. Cooperate, please. Hello. There we go. This is the only thing that we need to do now. There we go. So you know what, I do love also incorporating pianos into my living rooms. But there's no space. There's absolutely no space. We already have a piano up here anyway, so on this, nobody's going to use this piano, you know, like, oh yeah, we need to also add like a bit of seating areas on these sides as well, for sure. I mean, that's my problem when I end up going there, but for the time being, maybe like a painting or like a mirror in this middle bit could look kind of interesting. I'm just thinking of different stuff other than just bookshelves though, because I think it could definitely be more useful. Like maybe we could add another one of these over here. What do you guys think about another one of these mirrors over here? I know we did use, you know, I wish this also came in like a white without the crack. It's just, you know, if you're going to do cracks and a normal version, you need to do that for every single color swatch. Otherwise, there's no point. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't use the white. I can use this, I can use this, I can use this, but there's no cracked version and there's no clear version of some of them, which is very annoying. But yeah, we could do something like this if you guys are down for it. We can also do the same design that we did for where we had the dining table area, but just in a different style. So let me just show you guys real quick. This is a very specific color, like this greenish brownish color. You're not going to be able to find anything that kind of matches it, unfortunately. So we could go for the black and just raise it up. We could do something like this. What do you guys think about that? It is a bit copy of this, but you know, it's okay. Wait, low-key, this color does actually match pretty decently over here. Seems it's so silly like that, they rage bait us. I agree with Grumpy Pumpkin about the translation tool. I'm from Germany and my English is also not the best. Yeah, I agree, Anya. The translation thing is very good, but it's just not very good when it comes to like the dialects and like the little slang stuff, as you guys mentioned already. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, you know. Unfortunately, we all run into the same issues. I see. Try a plant in between the bookshelves. We could definitely do that as well, for sure. You can also remove the platform behind the bookcases. That way the bookcases will be functional and the platform idea at the entrance would still remain true. But at the same time, I don't know, I really like the idea of having like the platform go all the way around, you know? I don't know. But we can definitely try the plants in between for sure. Let me see what kind of ground plants that we have. Definitely not that. Let me see. This is a pretty good option. We have this one as well from Businesses and Hobbies. This is another one of my go-tos. I really love this one. We could definitely do something like that. Like even if like we lower it down and place kind of like two side by side could also be a very good option. That's very nice and clean. And we can also have like a little painting above it. Hold on, wait, I've already got a good idea for the painting. I'm sure you guys already know what's coming, but it's a really good paint. It's a really good painting. This one, I really love this one, like this color in particular. What do you guys think about that? Tried to find a swatch that was a bit more similar, but I think that's as good as we're gonna get with it. Trying to find like a little poof to place next to the That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I really want to place like a little seating area around here, but maybe this one. I don't know, something like that kind of looks pretty decent. The painting returns. Oh, sorry, I just really like the yes, plants and paintings are great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, plants are always a good decision. Yeah. Nia and I'm also up, honestly, both of you guys with the plant suggestions today. Always going through with them. I love it. Both of them are kind of implemented into the build, you know? So I guess they are kind of serving a good purpose in this build. I do really love the combination of this so far. So thanks for all of your guys' input, by the way. But yeah, this painting will be used religiously in all of my builds. So yeah, this is the one that came from Refined Living, in case you guys aren't aware, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, is there anything else that you guys would want me to add into this living room before we head out from it? Because I feel like we spent quite a lot of time doing it, and I don't want to bore you guys with staying in here too long. So let me just add a chandelier. We could add the like really tall one, but the one that came from Businesses and Hobbies, but it's a bit too tall, and the TV is like relatively tall as well. And I feel like in real life you would not want a chandelier covering up your TV, you know, especially when you're sitting around it. So yeah, give me a few suggestions on what you guys would want me to do or add, and I'll definitely consider incorporating it. Or a few wall sconces as well. You know what, before I do anything else, let me save real quick, because we all know what happened 2 streams ago. Which was a nightmare. Not for me, to be honest, because it happens here and there. It doesn't happen all the time, not gonna lie, it doesn't happen all the time. But for it to happen on a live stream sucks, because I usually restart my computer before a live stream as well, just to make sure I don't have any background processes running, I don't have anything working right, just so it kind of runs the best. And for it to crash that day kind of sucked, but it just couldn't handle the hedges. Someone said that and it was really funny. But yeah, we used quite a lot of hedges that day. So I mean, I guess it did end up becoming a little bit too much. You know what, we completely forgot to add curtains into this room. We definitely should be doing that. Oh no, we're gonna have like a whole saga of just never getting out of this living room. But I'm loving the way it's looking, don't get me wrong, it's just a lot of effort and a lot of work. Let me see, I kind of wanted a let me get rid of this. We're gonna place this in the middle, because you can't normally place it, so I have to use the tool mod, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have placed it regularly. I don't use the tool mod for no reason. Let's go back to this. Let's copy the exact same curtains, maybe not in the same color. I don't think we want to write turquoise in this color, so orange could be pretty decent, or the beige, but I don't want it to match too much with the wallpaper, you know. You know what could have also been very nice here? I just thought about it. Something like this, like kind of elevated, could be very nice, but we already have a lot of seating, so, and I don't want to do that. I had changed my mind, but you know, it was food for thought with no food. That curtain's not going to work. Let's go for the sheer curtains. Maybe in this brown swatch, that's actually pretty good. What do you guys think about that? The brown swatch sheer curtains without the other one. Oh, I need to use the taller version of it. Sorry, hold on. What do we think of that? Do we like the brown sheer curtains? I think that's pretty decent, and your Sims should still be able to use it completely normal, so it's not a problem. Have you built a really colorful build? Nothing dark at all. Poker Face, that is a good that would be a good thing, a build idea for like another stream or like another video, because I haven't really done something like that before, to be honest. I always use a lot of dark accents and stuff. Oh, what happened 2 streams ago? This the entire build crashed and we didn't save. Like, we saved halfway through, but then the other half didn't get saved, so I had to do some off camera, which kind of sucked. Oh, the game has been crashing a lot for me too. Yeah, it does happen occasionally, unfortunately, but to the best of us. Only moving the cons with the tool mod, I never thought of that. No worries, Pumpkin. I'm glad that you were able to get that. I'm really happy. I'm sure you're going to create some amazing stuff with that. It's been a life-changing thing since I've been able to do that. Like, creating these like really thick columns. I was able to do this with tool mod. I can't really do it without it, unfortunately. And I really love placing the column in the middle, but it only snaps to the side. So yeah, definitely tool mod is amazing for that. I didn't even know that you could really do that, to be honest. Like, until like a few months ago. So yeah, it's been amazing for this build. But yeah, we're gonna also incorporate, I don't want to use a lot of these pendant lights, but at the same time I don't want to use a lot of these spotlights either. But I feel like in a home, even if it's old, they do feature a lot of these spotlights and stuff, so we're gonna keep them as they are. And I noticed that this spotlight moved over here because we were playing around with the thing. But anyway, I think that's it for this room. I don't want to spend too much time with it. We also need to add some extra stuff. You know what, wait, we don't actually have any clutter. Let me just add real quick. Let me just add a bit of clutter just really quickly. Let me add the keys real quick. Can even use this like little bit down here as well. There was what is it called, like the thermo? There we go, this one. Maybe like around here. Just trying to add a bit of liveliness to this build. Actually, you know what, I don't want anything in those little bits, but it's just there, you know, for extra access if you guys want to. I believe you can place these on the books. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do the something like that just to save up on space or not. I mean, that's pretty decent. I did want to add something up here though before we move on into the office area, which I'm kind of worried about because you guys don't want, I don't think you guys want a dark color scheme for that room as well, but I don't know, we're just gonna go with what goes with the flow, you know. We can add like 2 of these around here, why not? And we can add candles. Let's add candles in the middle, if I can spell. There we go. Maybe just candle without the parentheses. Well, they're not parentheses, but you get what I mean. Without the S. Let's see. I love these ones, but they're not really for the indoors. What is this even used for? Sorry, but what is this? Rangoli designs. I don't think I've ever heard of that before personally, but I mean, I'm sure people have done some amazing stuff with that. Just place something like this in this area and just call it a day. We're gonna move on from this. Finally moving on into a new room. Oh my god. Finally. We need to get as many of these rooms done as possible on live stream. Let's see. Let's start off with this light. Do you guys have any color swatch ideas and stuff in mind for this build, for this room? Should go for something dark, bright? I'm kind of down to do anything, to be honest. We did actually mention going for like a bright wood color for this design for the build. Can you raise this? Yeah, I don't know why this is a platform down, because they both need 1 platform high, so we might just go up. Yeah, I think that's a logical thing to do. So we're gonna do that. And already I'm thinking let's add a few of these saucer lights on either side, because I don't know what to do. I'm just adding some extra lights. But maybe add something like this. And the main reason why I'm kind of careful about where I'm placing them is because we can actually place some extra lights right beneath it. So I actually copy this design. I really like this one, so might as well do the same thing. Curtains suit the room. We can place it on the book. We can place it on the books. Yeah, you can place a few class stuff on books as well, which is amazing. What about putting sculptures? Is that how you spell sculptures? Yeah, that is how you spell sculptures. You can. That is a good idea, to be honest. Placing sculptures there would have been a good idea. But I really want to move on from that room. How's that now? We had enough. Rangoli design is from India. Interesting. It's a festival, even though this looks weird. It's a lot better in India. I would have to look that up because I don't know what you would use like so many square candles, you know, like in a square format. So I'll be kind of interested to look that up, see what it's kind of about. Interesting. I like that they have different what is it called, like different traditions and stuff in the game. Adds a bit of realism. Oh, I need to get rid of this businesses and hobbies. Kind of snuck in over here. I don't know how it got here, but there we go. Let's get rid of that. And then we need to add this back again. Oh, I guess we're not going to be able to add it back then. Okay, fair enough. Why is it still here? I don't... There's a little bit of this, me doing anything to avoid this, you know what, let's just do this one, why not? Oh, you know what, this one's perfect. Pick a white color. There we go. Actually, you can still notice that one. Let's do this one. There we go. Me doing anything to avoid this office area is really funny. Let's surround this one as well. If you guys are getting bored of this pattern for the flooring, just let me know and we'll change it up. I just feel like it kind of works for this build. It does feel a bit repetitive though with this room, so I don't really want to do it again. What if we do something like this for this room? Does that work? Nah, it doesn't look good. Maybe on the... Nah, it's not gonna work. No, man. For here it works. It works really nice here, but not over there. And just like a little entranceway. Let me pull out a few objects and then we can decide on what we want to do. Should I go for a brown swatch? Or something else? Could go for life and death again. That's also another great option. Let's check out these. We could do the office chair from life and death as well. Why not? Have everything matching. Oh, this dark brown low-key looks really nice. Let's go for the dark brown initially. If it feels too dark, then we will definitely change it up. Dark blue, interesting. And we can actually pair it with the dark blue curtains from this pack. That's a good shout. Ania, 100%. Let me try that real quick with a few objects. Maybe something that actually matches this with the gold accents could be very nice. And obviously the sheer curtains above it as well. But for the time being, let's pick a few of these. See, this blue is very bright. We want something a bit more muted, but still kind of there, you know? Let's go to blue. Let's see what we got. It's a bit too... This one's not bad, but it's a very dark blue. Oh wait, we have this from the new maker pack. That green is very nice, but definitely does feel like a very CC object, doesn't it? Doesn't seem like it belongs to the Sims, but it's amazing. Like, it looks really good. That swatch right there, screaming CC. Like, I know every person who's probably going to use this is going to use that for sure. Let's see what we got for the other desk chairs real quick. Maybe keep the beige chair, but then have the blue tables and stuff. Oh, you love the Maker Pack table? Should we should we use that one? We will still stick to the blue theme though. Just I don't know. I just really couldn't find a blue themed like desk. I just don't really like the one that came from Life and Death. This one's so blue, you know, it's very vibrant. But if we're gonna go for a different color, I mean, this is technically it is blue. It has a bit of that blue marble. Should we go for the? It looks like one of those cheeses, you know. Oh, you know what? I don't really know about that color. This one's nicer than this one, personally. This one looks a bit stretched out, you know. Let's make the blue cheese work. Why not? Let's place it like right here. I think that will look kind of cool here. Oh wait, was there a new? There was. Okay. New computer. Okay. Pretty decent. Let's do in a blue color swatch. See, I hate how not like the blues don't match. Nothing matches. I want something that kind of either makes it stand out or has the exact same color swatches, you know. This isn't a bad selection at the moment though, low key. Let's see what else we got for the flooring. Well, not flooring, but this is not a bad rug, to be fair. I mean, honestly, the Gemology game pack or stuff pack, whatever the hell it is, I think that's stuff, came in some really good objects. Like, it has some very nice modern mixtures within them, which I think is very interesting. Why is nothing blue hitting to me today? Like, I definitely want to make this room blue. I'm just trying to find the same blue color swatches, you know? This one's not too bad. It definitely does feel a little bit more artsy, this rug, but could definitely still see myself using that for sure. And then let's get some type of seating that is kind of like in a blue color. Nothing in Sims matches exactly. It's so annoying, unfortunately. But we're gonna make this room match very nicely for sure. Like, I can definitely tell with the amount of time that we're putting into it, it better match, you know. We're still trying to go for this like platinum color though. Nothing really matches it, which is a bit worrying. This matches the curtain a little bit. Wait, that's actually a pretty good match. Hold on. Oh, it's not a... that's not a problem though. We can still use it as you know, like little office seating chair type of things. So even though it is a very muted blue, it's still blue. I hope it still counts, Ainia, with your idea of dark blue design. Like, I'm just going off of what I think. If someone said make a dark blue office design, I'll kind of go for something like this. Something that's a bit more muted, so it matches the rest of the home. Let's go for... let's go for this one as well, maybe. I'm really looking for those blue colors, I promise. It's just it's just not showing up. I swear I'm not trying to avoid that blue color design. It's just this one's not bad actually. It's a bit tall. I'm not finding anything, man. This one's not bad. We can definitely use this somewhere, but just where? It's literally a table. Wait, Loki? I did this on accident, but I think this could actually be kind of a cool design around like the edges of the desk. Not just this one, but any in general, to be honest. Like just hinting a bit of that blue color. Is that not giving a bit of creativity, or am I just being delusional? Because it could be either or. That honestly doesn't look too bad, does it? I'm loving the way that's looking personally. Like, forget about this area real quick, but I don't hate that personally. And also, you know what? Maybe we should just that does make it look so bare though, doesn't it? When we don't surround it with the black marble. The blue curse. Honestly, usually everything comes in like a blue color swatch, but it's just not always the same shade of blue, unfortunately. But low-key, I really do love the idea of this like dark muted blue bedside cabinet around like, or bedside table next to this desk area. We could also do something like this. That's also another good option as well. I like that. Yeah, a boss desk, exactly. It just like looks very professional and built, you know. I'm just adding a few things like that. Let's add a headset as well, why not? I think this is from Everyday Clark Kit, the headset. Definitely very handy. It actually matches very nicely, kind of, to the computer, which is obviously pretending to be an iMac. And we can actually add a very nice fireplace over here as well. Let's just actually take this one from over here and make it like a dark blue, maybe something like this. I mean, it's a bit more greenish, but it kind of ties in the color from this curtain area, you know. Or we can also do the proper dark blue as well. That's also another option. I mean, why not? Let's just do that. And then let's add the same TV unit area, but just a little bit smaller, just so there's a bit of a difference between them. And we're gonna add the magazine right over here. Let's change it to the house one, why not? So maybe they're like an architecture, who knows? And then there's like a miniature vine that I use. Let's see, there we go, right on top of the book. So it kind of just looks like it's a bit of stacked clutter over there. I think that looks pretty cool. Let's use the tray that we weren't able to over here instead, on top of the thing. This will definitely burn something, so definitely don't do this in real life, but for the sake of looks, it looks great in The Sims, you know, so we're going to continue with it. Let's try book real quick. There's a few bookshelves and like not bookshelves themselves, but like standalone books and stuff that are like stacked, which I think look really nice. We could definitely introduce it in certain areas of this build. This one, I really love this one. I think it's from Refined Living. And we also have another one as well. Where is it? There we go, this one. I think they both came from the same kit, so it's very useful to use them both. And we can use the same... Do we want to use the same thing? I don't think so. Let's create a few like custom shelving units potentially around here. I think that could be interesting to look at. I feel like if you ever download this home, you probably have like a lot of collectibles and stuff, I'm assuming. So it could be kind of convenient to place them along this row, you know. Christina, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, always having an issue with these rugs. I feel like the worst thing that The Sims has is the rugs. Their rugs aren't that great. I feel like we should definitely be able to change the color of at least the rugs, or like add like a custom image. I think it will be amazing. But yeah, these rugs are always tricky to place like correctly within these rooms. I'm glad that we will have like an equal problem with The Sims. You could add a sofa opposite the chairs. True, I could do something like that. It's elegant. That idea is flawless. It's funny that whenever Sims find a fireplace, they just light it and leave it. And the fireplace could be anywhere. They would light all or fireplace, then forget about the sofa. Oh, you recommended that before the fireplace. Fair enough. The second book is from the Bridgerton Rewards. Really? The second book? This one? This is from the kit, if I'm not mistaken. This one, from Refined Living, and same with this one. Yeah, both from the same kit. Second book. Maybe you were talking about, hold on, I think I know what you're on about. Oh wait. Let me search the books again. I think you were talking about like the one next to it is from Bridgerton, most likely. Or I'm being delusional. One or the other. I don't see any Bridgerton books. Maybe I didn't claim it. I'm sure I did though. Should be in here. These ones? Or yeah, it was this one, yeah. Yeah, these are pretty good. I really like these ones as well. Poker Face. I love the Bridgerton ones as well. I haven't actually got a chance to use them yet. So instead of this one, we can actually use this one instead. So it's a good shout. I'm glad I actually took the effort and actually looked at it, because they are a pretty good set. They have like these nice muted colors as well, so kind of is convenient. I don't know what we're going to be doing around here. Sorry if that was kind of like a lot of light flicker. But yeah, we also need to change the wallpaper again real quick. Let's add. I want to add the beige. We already did that in the office. I mean the living room. There is a blue swatch for this, but I don't think that's gonna work. It's okay, but it's not crazy good. Not really vibing with anything, unfortunately. This is a good option, actually. This one's not bad. It is a bit brighter than the usual blue that we're using. But once again, as we all mentioned, we're not going to find anything that's going to match it, so... Wait, low-key, the tiling sometimes works here, but I don't know, it doesn't really make it feel like an office room, the tiling, so I kind of steer away from them, but it's okay. We could try this one. This is so dark though, man, like it's not, doesn't really have a specific hue to it that kind of work. I'm just trying anything that I usually use and then in a different color swatch. Might just go for the this one. This one wasn't bad. I know we probably tried this one, but I want to try a bit of a... Wait, this works way better than this one. This one's way too pigmented, so the muted color low-key kind of looks a little bit more interesting. Or should we use the more pigmented version? I'm not actually that sure. You guys can actually wait. I think the pigmented version looks a little bit better, no, doesn't it? I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. I'm just gonna add the curtains. Oh wait, whoops, I forgot to change the swatch. I messed it up around here. Oh my god, it's so annoying, man. It's just refusing to go into like the little slot thing, which is so annoying. There we go, we'll just raise it up, why not? And we also need to add the sheer curtains over it as well. I mean, it's literally going to make it look... It's going to like take away the color of it, but you know. Kind of the... It just adds a bit of extra detail that I want. Maybe a wooden floor would be good. Interesting. My mistake was not for nothing. We got to try a different book. The lighter wallpaper is better. Okay, we'll definitely change it then. Thank you, Anya. We'll definitely go for that. Oh wait, it's already is the light wall. Silly me. I thought I thought I selected the darker one. My bad. I'm losing the plot as well. Wait, why does this curtain keep going back though? There we go. I think just like leaving a bit of a gap like this, low-key looks kind of cool. And you guys really know what kind of painting is going to be right in the middle right there. I'm sure you guys really are used to it. Now the bigger question is, do we copy this wallpaper all the way around the entire room, or just leave it in that little area? Like we can either just leave like an accent wall, or do it all the way around. So either one kind of works for me, to be honest. I'll leave it without it at the moment, but if you guys want to give an input, just let me know and I'll definitely change it. Does Loki remind me of a wedding wedding venue with all these curtains and stuff? I don't know, there's a lot going on here. Doesn't really feel like an office. Don't know if you guys are getting the same vibe as me. Those curtain additions are a bit questionable, but yeah, we're just gonna add the shelving units real quick. I hate that these don't slot all the way towards the edge of the wall, but we're gonna make do with what we got. We can also go for just these instead. Where are they? These ones, there we go. Maybe we should go for these. These are bigger, but you know, it's not really no need to do so much effort for no reason if there's something else that exists. So I'm so glad that they slot onto the shelving unit, otherwise I was gonna crash out. I'm not placing millions of these individually by leveling them up. And we can also change the color swatches and stuff as well. Maybe like do different color sets in certain areas. That could be pretty decent. Or is that weird? Maybe you're supposed to like do something like this. I think, wait, that looks way better. I don't know why I thought these aren't plates. I need to pick something that's gonna, I don't like these really highlighted ones, you know, like they're very bright. Maybe that one, a bit more muted. But yeah, I'm liking that a lot more. And we can add a few like I know nothing's gonna come up by just searching up sculpture, but well, barely anything came out, but you know, we can still add a few. My only issue with, it's not even an issue, but like it's a bit of like a nitpicky thing with Better Build by Mod is, let's say I go to decorations, right, and you guys can already see right now 90% of these objects are from debug, which is very annoying, but at the same time it's really good because it helps you find stuff from debug quickly, but it also just clutters the general tagging as well of the items, which is very annoying. But I'm kind of like really used to it at this point though, so it's not really that big of a deal. My god name is Tanz's Paint. Hi NX, welcome to the stream, glad to see you. We're doing good, thank you. How are you doing? I mean, I hope we're doing good. I'm speaking for everyone, but since everyone is here, we're all just chilling out. We're doing pretty decent, I'd say. Oh yeah, the wooden flooring. I don't know if I want to incorporate love a good Sims building stream. I'm so glad to hear that. We were a bit more active in the beginning because we were like doing stuff, but we're trying to do these other smaller rooms now with like specific colored swatches and stuff, which is getting a bit tricky, but we're managing. Oh, you know what? A bit of these fake Sims games here, why not? I'm gonna leave it like this, you know. It might look a little bit bare, but it's okay. It's alright. I think there's enough in this room. We should definitely wrap this room up. Okay. The long-awaited painting is going to be here in a moment. Let's just find it. There we go. I mean, come on, you guys had to, you know, it's part of the actual, like, if this painting is not in my build, is it even a part of my build? Do you get what I mean? Like, is it even my build if it's not included? We don't have any red in here, which kind of sucks because it would have matched very nicely, but Loki, why don't I hate that? That's actually not that bad, but we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it. Wait, which one do you guys like more? I'll let you guys decide. The red and the blue, they low-key work. They both work very nicely, so you guys could be the judge of that. I think it will also be really nice to have an easel in here. I know we already placed one over here, but I think having multiple easels won't hurt, right? I say that and then all of your sims are going to just run to these easels and you're going to scream at me in your heads. So I do apologize if they do, but you know, just remove them if they don't cooperate with you guys. Sometimes my sims don't listen to me. I don't know if you guys have that issue, but sometimes they do refuse a bit, which is a bit annoying. That's why I'm kind of like saying, like, if they retaliate, just, you know, Uno reverse them and just delete it. Trying to find a painting for this area here as well. Let's see what we can use. I swear there's one that came from the Book Nook kit that's pretty decent. I'm not gonna filter, I can't be asked. Let's see. Find. There we go, I think it was this one. Yep. This one. That was pretty decent. Doing great but sleepy. Oh wait, Poker, is it late for you? Or are you talking about me? Am I sleepy? I'm glad that there is a cross communication between the social medias over the joint chat, which is kind of funny to see. But I love the interactivity. I love seeing it. But yeah, do you guys like the red or the blue? Because I like both. Oh yeah, I'll be blaming. Oh yeah, I will be blaming when my sims like the fireplace and play. Do you know what the good thing is though? Sometimes my fireplaces don't work because there's not enough space in front of them. But because this house is so big, there's so much space in front of them. So yeah, they're going to be lighting all of those up. So I hope you have a lot of fun like, calling the fire brigade and whatnot. So you have a lot of work to do, unfortunately, you guys. If you guys do end up planning to download this build, it'll be worth it though. I promise. I promise. I promise. It'll be great. Wait, how can I forget my my orange and egg painting? You guys already know the drill. We need to add that. There we go. Perfect. The orange and egg or the pancakes and bacon. But I usually go for this one. We could actually add a bit of like seat in here as well. Let me nick this one real quick. Place it over here, just beneath it. A bonsai tree we could put in the office to help the Sims relax. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Red gives more color to it. Okay, we're gonna do the red. It's like 10 minutes over midnight here. It's Monday for you. No way. Did you tell me before where you were from? Maybe the time zone. Might have been getting it mixed up with someone else who had a different time zone as well. I think the last few days I was streaming. Like how the office turned out. Yeah, it's so nice. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, you know, it was a collective effort. Let me not give myself all the credit. I'm sorry. One of these. You know what? Let's place it right over here. Why not? Or like even in the corner. I mean, does it actually have functionality? I didn't actually know about that. If it has functionality. If it does, then I'll actually move over here so it's a bit more accessible. But for the sake of it looking nice, I'll place over here. Let's do the this main middle area as well, and then we'll kind of like call it a day, because I still have a lot to do, as you guys can currently see from the second floor. I need to get a move on with it. I'll probably take like a little bit of a break and then carry on my own. So I really need this build out. I need to finish it. It is a bit dreadful doing these like really big builds, but I do love the outcome of them. Like it feels a bit more satisfying, you know, than a small tiny build that I finish in like a few days or a day. So for this area, I'm thinking I want to have mirrors on either side, but at the same time I don't want it to be like super repetitive. So I'm thinking of taking these sheer curtains, and we're not really going to add a lot of color into this middle area, unfortunately. We're just going to add the curtains for the time being. So something like this. I don't think you add curtains around your main entrance area, would you? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. The big one, you can trim it, the functional one. Ooh, okay, we're going to have to add that then. Oh yeah, from India Pokerface, you did tell me you're 5 hours ahead of me. That is insane. And the funny thing is, Americans are 5 hours behind me, so that's why I kind of try to balance it in between. We will be heading out very soon, Pokerface, anyway, so not a problem. The big one, you can trim it. Okay, we're gonna have to add that. This one. Yeah, gardening skill. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. There's literally a tag on it. Oh god, it's so big though. Should we make it smaller and kind of just like place it? Let's see. It works in this little corner. Why not? Yeah, little corner. Do it in like a chestnutty color, so it kind of matches that red. Or the black. The black is pretty decent as well. I'm gonna make it black, just so it kind of blends in a bit more. Now for this area, we need, let's see, we need side, like wall side tables, I guess. Surfaces. Where is it? Accent tables? I usually just do show all, to be fair, but Misk has a few as well, like these ones. It's a bit of a random tag, I'm not gonna lie, from the Sims team. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you know. Those are an option. We also have these glass ones as well. Or if we're trying to go for a bit more of a traditional route, I have used, let me see if I can find them and I can show you guys. I have used these before as well from base game. I do really like these ones, I'm not gonna lie. Like, despite someone like me who doesn't really like a lot of antique looking stuff, this is a pretty good option. So don't have to always go for the most craziest modern looking stuff, you know. Oh, you know what? Let me save actually real quick. Even though we're almost towards the end, I don't want to risk having to do that much small work, you know. I'm sorry about how bright it sometimes gets when you like hover over it. We have a lot of chandeliers and stuff going on here, and they're not just chandeliers. We also have like the spotlight as well. Maybe I should get rid of that. I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference, to be honest, though. So let's just keep it. Oh yeah, the plants as well. Completely forgot about that. We actually kind of neglected placing a lot of plants around this entire build for some reason. Like, we placed a lot of small ones, yeah, but none of the more bigger fancy ones like these, you know? I love placing these kind of things. We also need to fix this area as well. But I think this would be kind of cool to place on like either side over here. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. If we don't like it, or if it's obstructing the view, then we'll definitely fix it up. But around here, I was thinking there's a vase that's like very simple looking. Where is it? There we go, this one. I think I'm going to use this. Like, it looks very generic, yes, because you're just like placing the same thing side by side. But I genuinely think this looks very nice. So we're going to keep it like this. And then around these, what do you guys think about these more antique looking side tables, by the way? If you guys don't like them, I'll definitely consider like changing it up. The red is also pretty decent as well. Like I'm not always very ultra minimalistic, you know. I do try to change up a bit. And right above them we can use either this mirror or we can use this one. That's a bit more artsy. It's a bit more wider though. Probably not. We could also go for you know, I keep going back to this one to be fair. But at the same time, I don't really like the idea of having like look, right now it looks so like so mimics, like both sides are so similar. I don't really like that, but at the same time, for these grand homes, you like, what else are you supposed to put, you know? Could do like very individual mirrors as well. A bit of a tricky one, to be honest. We could do like way smaller mirrors as well. It doesn't have to be that big. So these are an option too. Thank you for streaming. I needed to relax heading out. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining this entire time, Pokerface. I really appreciate it. Don't know if you headed out yet, but it's all good. Thank you so much for joining and hanging out. I really appreciated it. It was a great time. America and India, there really is a big time difference compared to Europe, even though the time also differs from country to country within Europe. Yeah, it's really funny how that works, but that is crazy. 10 hour between America and India is very big range. Thank you for the likes, Cupcake. Let's see. Well, this area, you know, I'm just gonna do something like this and then add a bowl. In both areas, and I'm kind of just adding a few stuff here and there. Oh my god, that little rug there, that little tiny rug, what is that gonna do? Like, it looks so minuscule, like it has absolutely, it serves no purpose, you know. I mean, I think it is a bathroom rug though, so I can't really judge it, but look at that, it's such a tiny little rug. That literally says my home, but I don't know, it doesn't really serve a big purpose. It's kind of funny to see such a tiny rug in that little area. Maybe we shouldn't even add a rug here, I don't know. It doesn't really feel necessary, does it? But I'll still add the shoes just in case, you know what, in a big mansion like this, you do not want to walk around with shoes. At least I wouldn't. So I think these will... You're able to click on these and like say no shoes, right? You don't have to have the sign. Should be able to. From what I understand with playing, you don't need to have anything else, hopefully. And... Oh yeah, we need to fix this little area as well. What we could do over here is potentially just add something like this along here. Could be kind of interesting. Oh, it does glitch a lot. Don't really like that. We could add pedestals on either side. Once we do this area, we'll head out. I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. We will definitely head out. But I just want to cover that really harsh curve that we have going on, you know? Oh, you know what? We could do something like this and then add a foliage piece on top of it. And then we can add a bit of seating here as well. You know what? The seating that we're going to use is the one that low-key matches the ones from the living room area, which is going to have that like kind of crowning pattern on it. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one looks pretty decent. We could get it in pretty decent color swatch. I think that's okay. If this doesn't look good, then we'll change it. It's not a problem. Just trying something out real quick. Nah, I don't really like that, to be honest. We could also bring in this, make it super tiny. Kind of just like place it almost like right there. Oh, I think I'm gonna like that way more. Wait, let me place the plant inside of it as well before I move it. I think maybe this one could be kind of interesting. Nothing too crazy. I don't want a plant that's gonna be like so humongous, you know. I think something like that could be very interesting. So let's do that. You know what? This vase is perfect, but I just wish it came in different color swatches. But you know what? It does add a bit of color into this build, so why not? Oh yeah, and we also need to just raise this up. And that's pretty much it. I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. We can also add like wall sconces as well. I think I should just take this one from over here and just place it right over here. There we go. And that is it. I'm really happy with this. I think it's coming along very nicely. So I think we're going to slowly end it here. But I'm really loving the way this landing foyer area is turning out to be. I might change it up a bit here and there with the colors depending on like how I feel in the moment. But yeah, I think it's definitely coming along very nicely. I'm still really in love with this kitchen area. It looks very grand, very expensive looking for sure. Especially with this sort of like mixture of colors in the marble. Our little butlers, our bright sage greenish butler's bedroom area, which wasn't really planning for this color, but it kind of just turned out to be because of the bed. Very fancy seating area, looks very nice with the double curtains. Our living room area is very nice as well. Loving the way this is looking, to be honest, like especially with the poke out bit for the main compartment. Very interesting. Could also change the color on this as well to like a darker. That honestly doesn't look too bad either, to be fair, but I'm loving the way this is looking. And of course, our final little office room that we did definitely looks very nice as well. But I'm going to slowly head out, you guys. So thank you so much to all of you guys who have watched until this entire point. I really do appreciate it. Violet Pixie, hey, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry, though. We're slowly heading out. With tool, you can change the rug size to 0.25, 0.05, 0.125, and so on. You can also layer the rugs on. Yeah, I've done that before, Pumpkin. I've also layered them. They're really good when they're layered, for sure. Just need to do a few like good designs, and they definitely do turn out very nice. I sometimes like layering them to the point where the first one kind of is like a bit of like a outline for the second rug on top. You can get some really good combinations with that. But yeah, thank you so much to all of you guys who have watched until this point. I really do appreciate it. We've been streaming for how long now? I can't actually tell. But either way, oh, it's been 3 hours. Holy. Okay, well, thanks so much to all of you guys who have watched. If you guys want to see this build, but I've joined late, I will be obviously uploading it on the YouTube channel as a VOD. But thanks so much to all of you guys who have joined today, and I'll see you guys in my next video or live stream. So stay tuned for those. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.